Give me a cue, Danny.
3, 2,
I
1.
forgot. Wait. I forgot. Okay, give me a clue.
3, 2, 1, go.
And we're rolling. Boom. Today, we are interviewing a clan of brothers. Hopefully, one will be the next rising star. And from this rising star, they will live happily because these guys are the Clarke family. Boom.
Sounds good.
And we're rolling. Boom. Greetings. Welcome to the I Have a Dream podcast. I'm your host, Nevada O'Daven Franklin Harper. And today we have with us Daniel Gomez as my co-host. Say what up, Danny.
What's up?
And the Clarke family. Say what up, guys.
What's up, everybody?
Hello.
How y'all doing?
Okay, so for the viewers who do not know the Clarke family, I'm going to let them go ahead and introduce yourself, starting from, who's this, Akeim? Mm-hmm. Starting from Akeim.
I'm Akeim Clarke. I'm currently a senior in college attending University of North Carolina. I'm from Windsor, Connecticut, and I've been playing soccer my entire life.
Hello everyone, my name is Alex Clarke. I'm the oldest of the three, but I might not look it. I graduated last year from Bucknell University, where I played all 4 years. And I've been playing from soccer all my life as well, and I'm also from Windsor.
Nice.
What's up, everyone? I'm Alonzo Clarke. I'm the youngest of the three. Right now, I'm a sophomore at Davidson College down in North Carolina. And yeah, I'm excited for this podcast.
Nice, beautiful. You have anything to say, Danny?
Let's get right into it.
Let's get right into it. So, Akeim, right?
Yes.
All right, so we're going to throw this out to the guys. What was your dream growing up as a kid? Starting from, start from the youngest, the middle, to the oldest. Let's do it like that. Go ahead, Alonzo.
For me, my dream was, it wasn't always to be a professional soccer player. My parents, well, it's actually kind of funny. My dad told me that what I wanted to be when I grew up, when I was really young, was I wanted to be a figure skater. But yeah, I know it's weird. Yeah, it was extremely random. But that's too far back to fully remember. But that's what he told me. And obviously, as a soccer family, he didn't let that dream live very long. But once I started training like with my dad and with my brothers, obviously soccer became a really big passion of mine, and ever since then, my dream was to be a professional soccer player, and it still is my dream today. So yeah.
Sick. Akeim, what was your dream growing up as a kid?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it was always to be a professional soccer player
What?
since day one. I haven't really thought about doing anything else. I've always lived, breathed soccer. From the moment I wake up to the moment I go to sleep, it's something I've always dreamed of doing. Playing in a World Cup, sliding in front of 1 million fans, celebrating with my teammates. That's just something that eats at me every day. And I really never thought about doing anything else. So like everything I've done in my life has been to pursue my dream of being a professional soccer player, whether it's getting an education, whether it's making friends, meeting new people, traveling the world. Like I've been able to do all of that because of soccer. And I've always wanted to take it as far as I could and as far as I can. And I hope to keep that dream alive and keep pursuing the dream I've had ever since I was a little kid. So yeah.
Nice. Yeah, you guys can go a little bit closer to the mic and speak. But yes, Alex, what was your dream as a kid?
This seems like a run-on, but yeah,
go closer.
It's the same thing. All of us, the three of us, have the same dream. Mine was to play professional as well. Ever since I was able to walk, my mom says I've always played the game, and yeah, like although Akeim Alonzo might have been too young to play with me, my dad used to play with me in the basement all the time. I used to just try to like juggle or kick the ball as hard as I can against the wall, and my mom would be very, very, very mad at me. But I remember when my dad and I would go 1v1s against one another, and he would never ever let me win until one day when like I beat him. Like, I used to have like temper tantrums because I just wanted to win so bad, and that's how I feel like how you grow in a competitive edge.
Yeah.
Just that one feeling of what it's like to finally overcome something is just, it's just, that's how my whole life has been in terms of like wanting to become a professional soccer player. Like, I've been to the training, I've been in an environment. I know what it's like from a young level, and it's just something that I've always wanted to dream of finally being at. And I've had glimpses of it in terms of the life of traveling overseas and playing in front of a bunch of fans.
Wow.
Like, it's an unreal feeling, and just to be at that level where, I mean, I understand that as I get older, it's more of business than enjoyment, but at the same time, I don't know, it's just a game that I've grown up playing and made so much friends, like Akeim said, and I've grown to love it so much. Like, I don't know, I just can't imagine a life without it.
Oh. So all these three guys wanted to be professional soccer players. Fun fact, Danny wanted to be a fighter. You have anything, Danny?
Yeah, I mean, I have a couple questions to start right from the go. So you guys are definitely on the right podcast, soccer, everything soccer related here. I know the three of you guys didn't really start, when you guys started playing, you guys didn't really start at the travel level, did you guys?
No. I personally started at the rec level, like co-ed, like kind of like what you do now, but like boys and girls. I used to play behind Oliver Ellsworth, and then it was just a bunch of kids like getting together and just playing. Really, we would make a team. I think our name was called like the Blue Sharks.
It was like Blue Dragon.
Blue Dragon.
Blue Dragon.
You remember that? I see, that's crazy.
Okay.
So that's what started for all three of us, right?
Yeah.
You guys can say all the same. Okay. And then from there, you guys went where? CFC?
No, then because like Windsor didn't allow you to play up in age. So actually, even before that, I used to play with Coach Lorenzo, MLK. He used to let me at like 6 years old. He makes me play with like the 12-year-olds. I would never get into the games, but like just being around that physicality at a young age, that's where I started out. And then when we went to try out for Windsor travel, they were like, you guys have to play at your age. You guys can't play up even if you're good enough. So my dad was like, nah, like bump that. Like my kids are good enough. So the three of us then went to Bloomfield travel.
Okay.
You guys want to elaborate on that?
I think you pretty much covered it.
Yeah.
So kind of all three of you went through the same path growing up.
Yeah.
I mean, like at a young age.
At a young age, yes.
So I'll go with Alex first. When did you start getting into the like next level type of thing, you know?
Yeah, we all did travel at the same time, and then we all did premiere at the same time. I mean, obviously I'm older, so yeah, around the same age. It was when in middle school when my dad gave me the opportunity to play for an MLS academy team. He was like, look, I'm gonna take you to a place somewhere, and like this is like the real deal, so I basically need you to lock in. So I remember my first tryout was I think it was the Red Bulls tryout. It was open, and so it was a bunch of like 200 kids that they were trying to like scout and look at play, and there was different trials. There was like 3 stages, and then so every time you get to a new stage, like less and less kids. So at first they put me on a team where like they didn't expect anyone from that team to make it to the next one, but then I went on. So and then I was like, they were like, can you make it to the next one? And my dad was like, yeah, we can come. They realized that we were from Connecticut and da. So I went to the next one, and also was on a team that they didn't expect anyone to be taken from, and I made that one. And finally the third one was basically I was on the team. So, but I didn't know that because tryouts, like, you know. But my dad took notice of that. They kept picking me to move on from the worser team to a better team. And then when I went to the Revs, I did both of them at the same time, so that just in case, whichever one I fell through, I would pick. And also my friend at the time, Brandon Houghton, he was from Bloomfield as well, and our dads both agreed to take us to these shows at the same time. So after the Red Bulls one, I went to the New England Revolution one, and then it was same thing, same pool. We played in Gillette Stadium. You can imagine as a middle school kid with all that big stadium, playing in front of everyone at such a young age, how nervous I might be. And I see all these coaches with their hands crossed just like that, just watching you as a little kid. And I mean, my dad just told me to go out there and play. And so fast forward, I get an email from both teams. Actually, I made both, and I was just wow. And then so he was up to you, which one do you want to choose? I was all right, at the time I felt I chose the better one, which was Red Bulls Academy. It was it's a hard drive, but we found people that we would carpool with, and it was something that I really was invested in. I really wanted to see if I was able to, how far I can take it. So I started with Red Bulls. I didn't get that much because I was so good individually. I didn't know how to play with other kids that were also good. So I was never really a starter. I was more of a super sub, to make something, a game changer, make something happen. As I'm older, I realized that, because now, I would always complain, the kid that was starting wasn't better than me, but he knew how to play in that system, because I never played in a system an academy system before. So boom, I finally get it, but not until I leave. And I played with great players who are professionals today, like Tyler Adams, Timothy Weah, bunch of guys like that, and even
Can you get them on the podcast?
I'm sorry, I'm afraid I cannot. But guys like that, I've played with that at that age, and now moving into Revs because they wanted to turn me into a right back. And I didn't want to play defense. I'm a kid thinking that I'm just gonna play defense all the time. I didn't think of what that could eventually turn into. Yeah. Because I was basically one of the fastest kids and stronger for someone, because I've been playing up for so long. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I was already adept to that playing style. But I was no, I want to play forward. I want to be a winger or a striker. So when the Revs came, the Revs was oh my gosh, we remember you, we want you with it. What number does he want? And I was I'm not a big number person. I feel as though you make the number good. You know what I mean? So that's why, all of us, well, some of us, I know Alonzo wanted 25, but got 30. But really? Yeah, 25. When I always ask Danny, can I get my number 25? Everyone's why you want number 25?
Yeah, why do you want number 25?
Because it was just a number that I was given, and I just feel as though to just stick with it, and it's become the number that I love, and people love it. I feel respect it. It's oh, watch out for number 25. No one says that, Yeah. Everyone usually says watch out for number 10, 9, 8, 7. Right?
Not in KO leagues. Anywhere to 10.
Right? And then so boom, first game for Revs, scored 2 goals and bagging assists. Ooh. It was an away game, and I was I could get used to this. And then I've been with Revs from middle school all the way until high school. And actually it was funny because I would play up with the Revolution, at Red Bulls, I was playing my age group, but I'm young because I was born in December, so everyone's usually older than me. I'm used to it. But at Revs, I played I think 2 years or a year above, and so yes, I got into that same sense of not being a starter. I was a bench because I had older guys in front of me, and so we did all right. I would say the best place we went into was we made it to semis or quarterfinals against Philly Union. Yeah. We lost I think it was 6-5, but it was a great experience. Wow. Making it that far. I scored 2 goals in that tournament. But it was just a really good experience. And the funny thing is when I went to prep school and academy, you need to sign a waiver in order to be able to play. So my last year, they didn't want to sign my waiver, allow me to play, which was fine. I know what it's like. It's really hard to get signed coming out of an academy. It's really, really not easy. They show favorites. I would say, and unless you're on their radar, they're gonna build you up. But if you're not, you're just another kid through the system that they'll try to help you get through college rather than get you a homegrown contract. But I think that's changed because their facilities now is just unreal, and then the I would say the track to get into a contract is much more familiarized. It's much more popular, and in terms of it's more feasible. It's more doable. But going into my last year, they didn't allow me to play. But when I went to Loomis, because I did 5 years of high school, and we won the championship. Akeim was on that team as well. I was a postgraduate, and he was a sophomore, and we won the NEPSAC, the biggest championship in New England for prep schools.
You guys went to prep school?
Yeah. And then so the coach called me up. And he was like, "Hey, Clarke, I heard you won. How's everything?" And I was like, "Everything's good." And I'm like, because this coach has never called me.
This is from Revs, right?
Yeah, Revs. And he's usually contacting my dad. He just calls me straight up, how I'm doing. And I was like, "Oh, we won." He's like, "Oh, you still playing?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Do you want to join us?" And I was like, I would love to.
Yeah.
And I was just like, all right. So they just didn't think I was still, I guess, interested or still wanted to play at a very, very high level. And I said, of course I did. And that's what got me on it for one last year. And through the summer, then I've sometimes trained on and off with the U23s before they made the Revs too. And then I went to Bucknell, and that's it for Academy.
That's it for you?
So for Alex, a question for Alex. Because now, those academies, like the MLS Academy teams, right? They play in the MLS Next Pro.
Yeah. So yeah.
Back then, what was that? What was the league?
Before that, it was the I forgot what it's called. But some academy league through the US. Mm-hmm. But because of COVID, they took that away, and then they turned into. But MLS teams didn't want it to go away, so they had enough money to provide MLS Next. And everyone was really pissed off because before that there was through that US Academy program, kids were able to get called up for market training to take their spot on the national team. So now it's totally different. It's a total different way of getting exposed to that level. So, and that's why I think it's easier to push kids into the first team, because now you have these MLS teams having their Revs 2 or Columbus Crew 2, and it's an easier transfer over to the first team because they're training with guys constantly of that level.
Yeah. And then at that time, you said, you were a middle schooler, but in the back of your head, did you know, this is how I can probably pursue my dream of becoming a professional soccer player? Yeah,
it was I thought it was the only way growing up.
Okay. Any questions?
No, you go.
Okay, so now to Akeim as the second child, I guess. So you're seeing Alex going through all of this. Did you? It sounded like you're the one that really loves soccer the most, but did you see all this and I'm going to start right away type of thing?
Yeah, I was very eager to get started. I remember when Alex was playing for the Revs and the Red Bulls, I used to train with his team, and I was playing up 3-4 years with guys way older than me. And I remember getting that experience and realizing, wow, there's a lot to learn here in terms of, the speed of the game and adjusting, because, at the time I was a lot smaller. And so I feel like that really helped in terms of my technical ability and my decision-making on the ball. But way before that, similar to Alex, I grew up playing travel soccer for Bloomfield, and at the time I was also playing up there 3-4 years. My entire youth development, I always played up. I never once played with my age group, and I think that really helped me in terms of the speed at which I was able to develop as a player, and the way I saw the game and the way I read the game. It wasn't it wasn't really like a lot of the kids my age in terms of the passion they had, and I think that's the big separating factor, was I was so passionate at such an early age that I was able to get the development at such an early age as well. And moving from Bloomfield, I went and played for CFC, Connecticut Football Club, and luckily for me, my dad was my coach for a lot of the time I was at UNC, and so although I was playing up, not to say I was a favorite or anything, I still had to earn my spot, even though my dad was the coach. And so regardless of him being my coach, I wanted to prove myself and show, like, hey, I might be the new kid on.
Your dad was he harder on you?
Yeah,
You think he was harder
he
on you?
definitely was. He definitely was harder on me. He definitely was harder on me. But yeah, I just remember I loved having my dad as a coach, you know, because he's a very knowledgeable man. He knows a lot about the game. He has plenty to tell me and teach me, and that's another reason why I feel like my career took the way, like, had the path that it did, is because I had a father who knew a lot about the game of soccer, loved the game as much as I did, and was super passionate. All of us are Arsenal fans except for Alonzo, you know, and that's because of our dad. That's because of our dad, you know. We all grew up in a Gunner household, and so to this day we still support the Gunners, you know, big up the Gunners. But yeah, I just remember it was always fun having my dad as a coach, being able to push me and encourage me. And then towards the end of my career at CFC, this is when I was entering 8th grade. I went to school in Massachusetts. As I mentioned before, education was a super duper big part of my family, and my parents always pushed education, you know, coming from Jamaica as immigrants and not really being able to afford college and that sort of thing. It was very important to them that they sent their three boys to college and school, because as much as we love soccer, you know, you always have to have a backdrop and something to fall back on. And so that ended up leading me to the Fezzidan School in Massachusetts. And from there, you know, it was eye-opening because I was away from home for the first time, and being only in middle school, you know, it was a big adjustment. But Fezzidan, I really did enjoy that experience. I learned a lot as a person. And soccer-wise, we had a lot of success there. We never won a championship. We did make it to the finals of my ninth grade year for like the junior preparatory school tournament, sort of. And after Fezzidan, I was there for 2 years. I ended up going to Loomis Chafee with my older brother Alex, where, as you mentioned before, we had a lot of success, winning that New England championship that year. And I remember thinking that, you know, I wanted to play in college, and I think a lot of the good things that came out of Loomis was the fact that we had this thing called a preparatory showcase, where we'd have a bunch of colleges come and watch us play, and these are top programs like the ACC schools from Wake Forest, UNC, Clemson, you know, a lot of major programs coming to watch us play. And ultimately, my junior year, I was lucky enough to get scouted by a UNC coach. He came to watch me play, and I happened to perform well. And from there, we messaged each other back and forth. I got an email saying that they were interested. I hadn't really known much about UNC at the time, but you know, I was really excited to go to a school or like programs as big as UNC, because for me it was either between UNC or UConn. You know, UConn is also a very good program and a lot closer to home. But you know, I was excited for the challenge, and I wanted to try something different, try something new. You know, I haven't really heard of a lot of guys from Connecticut or from like where I came from who ended up going to a school like UNC, so I wanted to sort of just be like sort of that pillar to that next step, and just show guys that, hey, you can do it too, sort of thing. But I don't know what else to.
Yeah, so I got a question for you. So you said you went to school in Massachusetts, right?
Yeah.
And then you transferred over to Loomis. Was that because Alex was already there, or did you just want to come
Alex was at Suffield, and I wanted to try. The Suffield coach really wanted me to go there, but I didn't want to. I wanted to do my own thing, sort of. And I had been training with the Loomis Chafee soccer team in middle school, so I was already familiar with the program. Like, I remember I had been invited by the coach at the time to train with the high schoolers and run with the big boys, and so I already had that connection with Loomis, and so it wasn't really too much of a difficult decision for me to decide to go there. So yeah.
Was it always on both your minds to play at a prep school, or want to try to go to like Windsor High?
Well, even the day we were born, my mom wanted us to go to a prep school. She always wanted us to go to Loomis Chafee. She tells me that one day she was driving down Windsor and she went down the street because she was just like, exploring, and she was like, oh my gosh, she's like, this is a school? Like, this would be lovely for my kids to go to a school as nice as this. And she found more about Charlotte Tuition. She's like, damn, like one day like my kids will go here. And it happened. Well, it didn't for me. I went to, like he said, I went to Suffield Academy for the first 4 years because we didn't know the prep school. We just thought it was just Loomis. We didn't know there was like a whole different thing. So the coach at Suffield, because I work at Suffield Academy now, he's Jamaican. So my mom and dad found that trust in him. And back when I was at Suffield, like I was like probably 1 or 3 soccer guys on the team because we didn't get that much, I would say, clout when it came to soccer, but Loomis did. So when it came my 5th year and I went over, and also a guy from Loomis, the coach Akeim mentioned, Charlie Bohr, which helped the Clarke family a lot in terms of helping us get them both into Fezzidan and get us into that prep school life. He actually recruited us to go to Loomis, but at that time, unfortunately, he went to our rival school, which was Berkshire, when we won it all with and we actually played them in the finals to beat them 1-0. So that's our prep school. It was always in my mother's mind to take us there.
Question, just real quick: is Hotchkiss in that as well, or no? They are.
Yeah, they are.
Okay. Hakeem, back to you. So, like you said, your dad coaching you.
Mm-hmm.
To this day, is he one of your favorite coaches?
Yes.
Like, honestly speaking.
Honestly, yes. I mean, he taught me everything I know. Really, like any sort of coach who's gotten the good side of me is due to him, you know. Anyone who's gotten benefits out of my playing and seen my ability as a player, like it all starts from my dad. I mean, there are of course other coaches who taught me different things about the game, but the fundamentals, you can't beat the fundamentals. You know, I learned all of that stuff from my dad. I remember growing up, we'd always go to LP Wilson and we'd just be at the field, doing drills, taking shots for 3-4 hours from sun up to sunrise, from sun up to sundown. But we were there. I tried.
That's right.
But yeah, it's late. You know, brain is scrambled.
It's calm.
Nope, go ahead.
You have no questions?
No.
Okay. So now that we're both entering your college career, let's go to Alonzo now, is when he was growing up.
Well, for me, my path was very similar to Akeem's. I started out, when I got older, I went to Bloomfield, obviously, and then from Bloomfield, I played at CFC, and then after CFC, ended up going to Fezzidan, like Akeem, but me and Akeem were supposed to go at the same time, but there wasn't like enough space in the student pool for the next class. So I ended up taking my 8th grade year at a public school at Sage Park, and then reclassing as a 8th grader at Fezzi. So yeah, I went to Fezzi for 2 years, my 8th and 9th grade year. We ended up winning like the junior prep school tournament my 8th grade year, which was really nice. And then from there, I went to Loomis. I entered Loomis as a sophomore. I played 1 year with Akeim, and then after that, I played my junior and senior year. Junior year, obviously, there was COVID, so I didn't have a season. And then my senior year, we made it to the semifinals where we lost to Taft, which is another really good prep school. And from there, I had a coach, Tim Helfrich. He was a really good friend of the Clarke family. He was all of our head coaches while we were at Loomis. After my sophomore year, he left to go run like a coffee business down in North Carolina. And that's actually how I ended up down in North Carolina at Davidson, because he also works almost as like a mental health coach for their men's soccer team. Cool. So yeah, after Loomis, I ended up down in North Carolina playing at Davidson.
All right, so you being the youngest, you see Alex and Akeim going through CFC and that stuff too. Did you have a different type of mindset where you're like, you know what, I want to be better than my two big brothers?
Oh yeah, yeah, all the time. That's like one of my biggest motivators, even to this day, is to try and be better than both my older brothers. Even when I ended up at Fezzidan, my middle school year, I actually wanted to go to like Fezzidan's rival, which was a school called Fay. I'm pretty sure is that the school that beat you guys in the finals year? Yeah, I wanted to go to Fay, but unfortunately I was unable to get in, so I ended up going to Fezzidan, but definitely winning that championship at Fezzidan. And Akeim, he didn't win it, and he also didn't win the under the light the under the lights game, which was like there was like this really big game called the under the lights game. It's like everybody within the town of Newton like came to watch this game. Like 2,000 people, 2,000 plus came to watch this game, and I also won that twice.
Ooh, shots fired.
But
Shots fired.
he has a lot of accomplishments that I was unfortunately unable to gain myself. But yeah, that's being better than my brothers is definitely something that like I actively try and achieve
prep school
on a daily
I
basis.
don't gotta say anything.
Hey, yo, a quick question. I need to ask this. Who is the best among you three?
Me?
Boom, let's go.
Myself.
Oh, yeah. Akeim?
No comment. No comment.
So, sorry. What's the age gap between you three?
Alex is 3 years older, and Alonzo and I are only a year apart.
Year apart? Okay. But yeah, see that like that's healthy competition. I feel like, right?
Yeah.
1,000%. I remember back in the day in the backyard, this would be 2-on-1. I can't do that today.
Yeah.
That'd be bad. It'd be clips.
Yeah, no, like I was saying, like so other than you guys obviously competing against each other, trying to probably accomplish different things, right? You guys, I assume you guys are like your biggest supporters and fans as well, right? Like as the Clarke family. That's how everyone knows you guys, right?
Mhm.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That is awesome. That is sick. You know what? By the way, why did you commit treason against your family? And what supporter are you for what team?
Oh, I'm a Chelsea supporter.
A Chelsea.
Yeah.
Oh my God! You commit
Wickedness.
treason.
Wicked.
How do you guys feel about that? Everybody's Arsenal fan. He's Chelsea. What do you guys feel? Do you guys try to poison his food at night?
I didn't do anything. I just let the table do its talking.
What do you feel about Akeim?
I mean, the current state of Chelsea Football Club right now speaks for itself. So,
Yeah.
Man, you should have never switched, man. Hey, here's what. Let's play a game, okay? Let's play a trivia game. How does that sound? So this is for Arsenal, though. Sorry, this is for Arsenal.
Well, I'm probably terrible at this.
I'm probably
All
terrible too.
But you guys are big Arsenal fans, aren't you? All right, then you want to read this? You do it. You do it. I have these shades on. I can't see anything. It took me 5 hours to
Take them off.
You want to ask this question?
Yeah, go ahead. You read it. You do English language. Go.
There's no way they're gonna get this. No. From May 2003 to October 2004, Arsenal went unbeaten in the Premier League. Across how many games were they unbeaten?
60-something. No.
No, it's like 30 something.
Yeah.
Want me to reread it?
No, I know.
Invincible season.
This is Invincible season.
Yeah.
Give them the guys that are in.
I want to say 49.
Henry, Vieira,
Yeah.
Bergkamp.
So it's not 60.
No,
No,
it's like
that's too much.
that's too much.
Too much, and that's
It's
too low.
20. It's 20.
30 too low?
49.
That's too low.
Ah,
Boom,
49.
point to Alex.
That was good. That was good.
Oh, this is really good. This is a good question. The summer transfer window prior to the start of the 2011-12 season was notable for a key departure. Who left the Emirates after 2 years of speculation about his exit? 2011-12. You guys should get this. This is a big player.
I know. Is it Alexi?
Close, but no.
Big player. Can I get a position?
I have to give it away.
Oh, that give it away. Never mind then.
Give the guy the position.
That would literally give it away.
Come on,
He
guess.
left.
Yeah.
Where's it? Can you tell us the country? Or is that too much too?
Oh, then it has to. Is it Thierry then?
Spanish.
Oh, Spanish.
Spanish.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It would give it away. You know who it is?
You know who it is?
You play center mid.
Yep.
Short.
Yep.
Left-footed. Or right both.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, the one who had surgery?
No, you have. Well,
The Achilles surgery? I probably don't know it, honestly.
it's Santi Cazorla.
Nope.
Oh, it's not.
Nope. He just played in.
He's the one who had surgery.
it's Fabregas.
Yes.
He's the one who had the
One more.
surgery.
Alex is smoking these guys, by the way.
Let me see another one.
Oh, no, you're playing two, by the way.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know if you know what it is.
But suppose he's a Chelsea fan. You don't want no part with it.
All right,
I was
this
also
is.
AC Milan fan too, though.
At that time.
I remember I got the Ronaldinho and Kaká jersey.
All right, last one here because this is a big time player for Arsenal. How many goals did Thierry Henry score in his career at Arsenal?
It's like 100
Nope.
more.
It's more.
246.
Close.
Too high.
Too high.
Yeah.
203.
A little more.
Oh.
211.
More.
Alex hasn't even taken a guess.
Yeah. That's such hard to get an exact. I would
Yeah.
say 233.
Pretty close.
That's actually.
That was probably close, right?
234.
226.
226. Dang.
These are not.
All right, now this
Arsenal
one.
fans.
No, but let's see if this is going to count at
I
there.
said-
Arsenal.
I
This
said
one.
some.
This one's literally going to count.
Okay.
When was Arsenal Football Club founded?
They're exposing us right now, bro. Like I watch them play. I don't know their whole history.
These are
Like,
not Arsenal fans.
I know.
1850.
Ooh, that was a good
That
try.
was a good try. Yeah.
That was very good.
1833.
Way too early.
Was I too high?
No, you were close.
1875.
Where did the question go?
No.
What was it?
1886.
Oh.
Coach Clarke would be so upset.
I don't think he
doesn't
doesn't
know
know
this.
those guys.
These are not Arsenal
either.
fans.
He doesn't know
These
the
are not Arsenal fans. But quick question to all three of you guys. Who inspired? What footballer inspired you guys to start playing? Did anybody inspire you guys at all?
Ronaldinho.
Ronaldinho, yes.
Yeah, I remember we all used to gather around the computer and watch Ronaldinho and R9 highlights.
Oh yes. What about you, Ronaldinho too?
Yeah, we all, like Akeim said, we all like grew up watching like the same soccer
Oh.
players. Yeah.
'Cause you-
The Brazilians are it's the way to
The
go.
pioneers.
A pioneer.
Pioneers
So
of the game.
question for each of you too. So you guys growing up, right, playing. What positions did you guys play, and which one was your preferred one?
Like all the positions I've played throughout my whole life.
Yeah, I think you probably played the most, right?
Yeah.
Played everywhere.
I played it basically everywhere except goalie. I mean, travel, obviously. I'm not going to count. Center back, I would say wing back, wing, 9, and all the center mid
And
positions.
which one was your favorite one to play?
When, I don't know, when I want to control the game, when the midfielder isn't doing its job, I want to play in the middle. But then when the middle is able to find me, if I'm playing, I could play wing and just do my game. That's what I like.
Yeah, similar to Alex, I played it almost everywhere, except for like center back positions, unless I was really needed there. But I say my favorite position is the 9. I like scoring goals. So
Yeah. What are you?
Yeah, I've pretty much played everywhere. Mostly as a center defensive mid or like an 8 or a center back, but I'd say my favorite position is probably the 6.
The 6?
Mhm.
Getting on the ball, dictating everything?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
The 6. Let's see. So I know you guys play a lot of football, or whatever you could say, soccer in the U.S. And I know soccer is very frustrating, but I've never seemed to catch one of you guys cussing a lot. I know Alex cuss a lot.
Alex.
Yeah. Alex,
talking about?
Alex cusses in secret.
Under his breath.
Come on, guys. But what about you? I've never seen you guys cussing before. Why?
He probably curses the ball.
I'm probably the worst one, honestly.
Really?
He
Yeah.
probably goes him first, then him, then me.
Then you? Why are you so calm? By the way, Alex. What is it? What makes you so calm on the field when you see Danny hitting those long balls all the way into the throwing? Why are you so calm when he does that?
I would just say it's just my mentality, like my psychological. It's like nothing's gonna help by getting mad. Like you only can control what you can, and I feel like, you know, my next step is I want to be like sports like therapist, sports like counselor. Like I have to have that calm. I have to be the glue that keeps everyone together. Because if we all get hotheads, then we're in. You guys gonna look bad. If you guys look bad, you guys make me look bad. So that's how I try to stay calm, keep calm, and even in FIFA too. Like, be pissing me off sometimes, but I gotta stay calm.
when you have Bunny Shaw outnumbering Ronaldo, I don't even buy FIFA. But what about you? Why make you rage? Why you scream after Danny?
I wouldn't say it's really rage. I say it's just passion. Like, I get angry because I'm so passionate and I want to win so bad that it just comes out as anger. But really, I'm just really passionate about the game.
Yeah.
What about when you remember when I was a kid? You used to. Good job, bro. Exactly that's like right.
What? If you get like a yellow card, you'd be like, good job, bro.
I always had like some kind of beef with the refs, but I feel like they have beef with me too.
Yeah.
Facts.
It's just the story of my life, you know. You're just part of the game. You just learn to adjust, and I know it's something I'm still working on now.
Yeah.
To this day,
Nice.
It's just a learning experience.
I know you're just in the middle, a little bit of both.
Yeah. Nah, I get mad.
Oh, you rage?
Yeah, but it's
A lot of
mostly
Chelsea
like
people rage.
it's mostly like the same as like same as what Akeim says. Like, it's mostly like passion.
Passion,
like,
yeah.
you know, sometimes like you don't really know how to control it. Especially like sometimes it's like really sudden. Like if you really want to win a game and then things aren't going your way, like the only way you feel like you can fix it is sometimes just by, you know, getting really angry. And, you know, it could come in many forms. Like, it could either like fire people up or make people like feel bad, but it's always meant to be positive and never negative.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, 2 questions here, and then we could take a little break and then get into the college careers, because that's where I'm going to have a lot of questions. But so like you guys said, you guys are Jamaicans, obviously, right? So growing up, and I know your dad's a big figure in the Jamaican community in Hartford, just your take on Corner League. I just want to hear your take on Corner League. Did you guys played in it, right, growing up?
It's not easy FC. That's all I gotta say. Not easy FC.
Not everyone could play in Corner League. Not everyone's built for it.
Not everybody's boat's built.
No, but I think Corner League was also a really good experience. You know, it showed us the physical side of the game. You know, you got to learn to move the ball quick. So if you don't move the ball quick, then that might be your career over right then and there. It's always a good time playing in Corner League. You know, everyone's super passionate about the game. Like, there's always people coming to watch the games there. Always music playing, good times, good vibes. Like, a lot of our development came from Corner League.
Lungs.
Yeah. Well, smoke in the air, you gotta have strong lungs, you know. But I loved playing Corner League growing up. There were times where I'd get kind of pissed because I felt like some guys were reckless and trying to hurt you and
you see that
and that sort of thing.
It's still happening.
Yeah, it's just a part of the pitch. You know, the pitches aren't the best, but you know, it sort of sharpens your ability as a player. You got to have a good touch.
Facts.
You got to be able to think quickly on the ball, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like you could take a guy in the Premier League, put him in a Corner League, and he'd stand out, and not in a good way. You know, like it's not really everyone's cup of tea. You know, it's like a big adjustment that you have to make.
Yeah.
But you know, it was a good time.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember the first time my dad brought me to play in the Corner League, and you know, I'm little. I don't know how old I was, but I remember showing up. I would put this baggy jersey on, try to get on the field. No one wanted to pass me the ball. No one, like, every time I got the ball, I would lose it because first touch is absolutely... Even today, my first touch shite on that field be just because of how poor it is. Yeah. But, yeah, playing on the corner field, if you are able to play there, you could play anywhere. That's what my dad always says. But then, like, right, and then, like, the second year... I remember the second year I went. This time, me and Akeim went together, and we won it. And I mean, it was a great feeling. I feel like in a way I'm like a Corner League
Legend.
veteran legend, you could probably say, because I've won it with 2 different teams now. Probably like a total of what, 4 times? I'll probably say that. I think 4 times. Twice when I was young and twice with KO. But yeah, it's just not an easy league. And like Akeim mentioned before, like, or even Alonzo, like you got to move that ball quick. I remember I've caused or like so many like red cards of guys like fouling me like recklessly just because they can't touch me, they can't get the ball off of me, because I've just learned to adapt to that field and try to play at my speed. So yeah, your thoughts in corner leagues, though?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Alex and Akeim pretty much covered like the essence of corner league, but yeah, for my personal development, it just, as playing there as like a 6, you know, the ground's not the best, so being able to get the ball off your feet quickly, or even being able to like keep the ball sometimes, like I guess corner league, or what my dad emphasized in my game a lot was like using my arms because of like how tall and lanky I am. So I guess in that aspect, that's how corner league helped me develop the most as a player.
Talking about the broom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look.
Oh, yeah.
The broom.
The broom saying is the worst.
What is it? The broom?
Yeah.
What is that?
Our dad, when we were younger, he used to take a broom and have us put it over our shoulders, so it holds our arms up like these, and he'd have us dribble through cones.
Yeah.
So we'd get
always keep our hands up.
That is crazy.
yeah, we work on our balance and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Oh God, I'm surprised they didn't call child support on you. Something like that.
We had to take turns. Remember at Windsor High?
Yeah.
You don't even know what dad made me do, bro.
When we were gone?
Yeah.
Damn.
Hey, Coach Gary on this podcast.
Oh yeah, we need.
Yeah,
we
you
need
guys
to
Figure
got
out all the tactics and everything.
today.
Nah, he said he had somewhere to be.
And then last question here for each of you. Growing up, you guys played on several different teams. Which one was your favorite team to play for?
I think for me, when I was at Fezzi over in Massachusetts, I played for this team called GPS, which stands for Global Premier Soccer. And while I was there, we ended up winning the NPL National Championship. And there's a ton of really good guys on that team who also play in college right now for top Division I programs. And I say that was my favorite team because it was just always good vibes. And I did a lot of my developing there as well. So I say that's my team right there.
What was that?
GPS.
GPS. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
Navigation.
My Red Bull.
Actually, I might actually take that back.
Who?
I say CFC, that CFC team with like Dre, Shamir. It was my dad's CFC team. It was the go to CFC team. It was to this day it's probably like one of the most legendary CFC teams of all time. We went and won like every single tournament we played in,
Nice.
every league we played in, just silverware galore.
Yeah, that CSC team was crazy.
Yeah.
I should not have been allowed.
What about you, Alex?
I would say I'm stuck between 2. My last year at Red Bulls, like our team was just mad. It was just mad fun, and we were just winning everything.
Yeah.
And then my 2016, the year when we made it to the quarterfinals, at Philly Union, it was just there were just really good players, like guys from the like national team, like really good competitive like training sessions, practices. Everyone showed up to play. Like we were like really good in games. I mean, I played well that year as well. So
Yeah.
I would say I'm tied between those 2, and obviously I would probably say like those are tied for first, and my second is my Loomis Chafee team with Akeim.
Yeah, every team holds
Nice.
a special place in my heart, honestly.
No, honestly.
Yeah, what about you?
For me, I'd say probably my Loomis team my senior year.
Mm-hmm.
We were just all, it was like one of those teams where like everybody's so good, but we're all like friendly. We can joke around with one another. We know like when to switch on and switch off, be very serious
Yeah.
and intense, and then be like, friends at the end of the day. And so I'd say that was probably my favorite team. Or this past season for Davidson is definitely like one of my most favorite teams I've ever played on. Just like the same thing, like a bunch of talented guys that were also like really humble and really friendly, and just great guys, like people individually, and teammates to be around. So yeah.
That is it. Beautiful. You have any more thing, Danny? Okay, yeah. So that is it, guys. For now, we have covered the Clarke Brothers' past, and now we're going to cover their present and their future after this quick break.